Stay careful, because we started with the first wave of Pokemon Legends Z-Leaks, and this time is serious. Although practically every day there are new rumors and supposed new information, and this is the first time that it really seems legitimate and real. Get ready, because we are going to begin. The first thing I'm going to tell you is where this information comes from. Well, this information comes from 4chan, the forum where everything good and bad is always cooked, and this site is full of fake news and people trying to get attention. I don't know why they don't buy a dog, and anyway, the thing is that from time to time, very occasionally, someone appears who does have access to real information. At first it was not easy to identify it, but with the passage of time, we have an idea. This image has appeared with an alternative form of the Pokemon Double. Well, there are three things that makes me think this is real. The first is the Mega Meganium sprite type. Its design matches the one that Game Freak has been using lately to represent each Pokemon on the menu. Also, the level of detail, colors, shadows, everything makes sense, coherence, it's beautiful. Its types would be Plant Fairy, which also hits it a lot. And unfortunately, nothing more is known about it, nothing except one thing, it's Megastone. This image is reason number 2, why it is thought to be real. This text says a mysterious stone, if given to Meganium, allows it to Mega Evolve in combat. Although the point is not what the text says, but rather that it is written in perfect Japanese. In other words, if this is false, the person who did it knows how to draw like a professional, and is bilingual in Japanese or directly Japanese. Anyway, if you are still not convinced, there is something else, the goat. That image could perfectly be false, but another image of the same goat has appeared and in a different perspective. And yes, it is not common at all, the same Pokemon with the same level of detail and from two different angles. If this is fake, it looks like a college assignment. According to the information, this Pokemon would be a Fire Steel type. In theory, you will find him in a ranch in Lumiose City, along with other Pokemon like Gogoat, which would have no alternative form. The thing is that all the Pokemon on this ranch would be rideable. It remains to be seen what else is out there. And if you're wondering, all these images have not been taken by the same person who made the post. According to what he tells us, everything here comes from a Nintendo collaborator or worker who for whatever reason got angry with the company for a while and passed him all these images and information. Information that tells us that other Megas would also arrive, such as Mega Feraligatr, Water Dragon type, Mega Typhlosion Fire type, Mega Greninja, Mega Delphox, Mega Chesnaught. By the way, nothing is known about them. But this is amazing, I'm in hype mode. Seriously? Then he also tells us that this character is returning, which seems, in fact, quite accurate to me, since in Scarlet it gave the impression that she had quite a bit of lore. But in the end, nothing happened to her, she was out there making a fuss. Another character who would return would be Handsome, which does make a lot of logic since in Pokemon X and Y, he had an important weight in the plot. Plot that, by the way, as they tell us, would partially or completely revolve around the fact that there are problems with energy in Luminalia City. This would fit, in fact, with what we have seen in the Legends trailer, in which everything appears very energetic. The cause of the problem would be the Zygarde cells that are absorbing the energy. So this man is probably investigating, and when he realizes that the cells are the culprit, he will most likely make us recover them all. Honestly, it sounds a lot like a Game Freak plot. In fact, the leak says verbatim that the story is focused on rebuilding Luminalia City after the Lysandra has destroyed it. This is amazing because it means that this man has gotten his way. That is, he has destroyed the city. Well, maybe not completely, but it may have left it in bad condition. So once again, the urban development plan for Ciudad Luminalia makes a lot of sense. Get the idea that the game is practically going to be about collecting Zygarde cells to rebuild the city. Even if the leak is fake, it makes too much sense. As he tells us below, during the process of collecting cells, there will be Pokemon that will be very angry. Something like a dominant Pokemon, an unbeatable Pokemon. What do I know? He gives us an example with Mega Clawitzer, who says that it will be one of the new Megas, and that it will act like a forest, and that it is very angry about the issue of cells. Specifically, it tells us that this Pokemon will be found in an aquatic energy plant, that it is a water steel type, and that its combat is very difficult. Well, that last one will be the opinion of the person who has seen it. I wouldn't trust it too much, to be honest, and I hope this game is really difficult. Come on, I would love this, but I don't have an opinion on the issue of difficulties until I play it. Anyway, we have one last image, which is the one I trust the least, and the one that is most likely false. But since it has a certain level of credibility, I'll show it to you. It's what looks like an alternative form of Rockruff, or a new dog that would be a poison type, which doesn't fit with its design to me. But that also precisely makes me suspect that it may be real, because when they create a fake of these, a false image makes the Pokemon look as similar as possible to its type. That's precisely why I think so. Maybe it's a Game Freak thing. In the end, it remains to be seen. Oh, I forgot to tell you that this claw you see there is in theory the Mega Clawitzer claw, nothing more and nothing less. I trust your intuition a lot, so what I would like is to know if you think this is real, and share it with your friends to see what they think, because for me, oh, I think it is real.